I saw them eating raw cassava with coconut. Do you know that a country called Liberia in West Africa spend dollar? Like a dollar can be tier like roughly, but still they will accept this dollar. Please, they have two types of English, although it's English, but they have two types. For their English, you know what you have to do? You have to open your ears. You just close your eye a little bit. Then you have to meditate on what the person said before you understand. I got shocked when exiting Liberia, Charlie. They didn't take a damn. We didn't pay a damn to exit Liberia. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl EfyaKimora here. If you're out here, I really appreciate you for coming back. But if today is the first time clicking on my video, I appreciate you as well. But please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell for more of such interesting, adventures and educative content. Right now, I'm recording this video from Sierra Leone. That means I'm in Sierra Leone, so you have to stay tuned for my Sierra Leonean video, for my Sierra Leone videos, okay? Yeah, so whilst I was in Liberia, I experienced some culture shock. Not really shock, but things that I was seeing for the first time, or I was kind of amazed seeing it. So I'm going to share with you. You take note of it. Maybe you'll be visiting Liberia, or you might want to know more about the country called Liberia in Africa. Forget about it. We are in our apartment in Sierra Leone. I have the videos of everything coming up on my YouTube channel. You can kindly go check it out. I'm at the balcony, so there are kind of noise, and I need natural light for this video. That's why I'm here. Without much ado, or without the talk, let's get right into the video. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, I will start with the dollar. Do you know that a country called Liberia in West Africa spend dollar? They buy things with dollar. You can buy a thing with, they have their own currency. Yeah, let me make this thing clear. They have their own currency called the Liberian dollar. That is the Liberty. I think the name of the currency is called Liberty, but they call it the Liberian dollar. Here they spend Liberian dollar and the American dollar together. So the food cost 67.40 cents. So the change was this and this. And the US dollar, that is the USD. So LRD and the USD, they use this kind of money like interchangeably. Like dollar is used here like it's used, I've not been to the US, but it's used here like a normal currency. You can buy something with a USD, they will change you in their currency, or you can buy something in their currency, they will change you in USD, or you can get half of your change in USD and half of it in dollar. Do you get it? So they mostly charge in dollar, most especially when if you're a tourist, they mostly charge their items in the USD. And also when someone says $10, if you don't take care, or if someone say $100, they just say the dollar. So you have to be specific, or you have to just the value of the things to make you know that, oh, this particular thing that the person is talking about is the Liberian dollar he or she like is talking about. $20 for one. Or the USD dollar, they will just say $100. So if you don't know, you might just use, because you know that they use the dollar, so you have to be specific. What dollar? Is it the Liberty or the USD? And also, because of that, their ATM cards vomit USD. So they have an ATM card that is for dollar, and they have an ATM card that is for the Liberian dollar. So anyway, you can withdraw Liberian dollar. And the last one on the dollar, they, what do you call it? They use the dollar a lot. So the way they handle the dollar is anyhow. So most of the dollars here are weak. When I say weak in terms of physical texture, like a dollar can be tier like roughly, but still they will accept this dollar. But for Ghana, for them to accept, because Ghana, you don't do dollar. So when a dollar is even kind of just, even if there's a little mistake on the dollar, the person will look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even up to 10 before the person takes it. But theirs, oh, I'll show you one. Their dollar is even you can still use it. But if you have a new dollar, they will just raise the dollar up. Even for theirs is they will not do that. But if you give them the dollar, they will just raise it up, look at it, and you ask them why. They say the new dollar can be fake, but for the old dollar, it can never be fake. Do you get? Yeah, so take note of it. And also, I saw most of their motorbikes with an umbrella. I've seen a motorbikes with an umbrella in Kenya, but here everywhere it's kind of common. Everybody is using the motorbike with an umbrella. First of all, we are in the rainy season, and also they say in the sunny season. So that means it's kind of like they use it every day. If there is no rainy season, there is what they call it, Hamatan, or the sunny season. Yeah. And also, I also noticed something that is kind of common in Ghana, but it's not common in Liberia, and I love it. From the border coming, I was thinking that it's the small villages. They don't have posters, like any kind of poster, like pasted on the trees, on the walls, like a lot of posters, and also a lot of party flags. You will never see that in the small towns, and in the big towns they don't just fly any kind of posters, any kind of flag. And here they don't post, like as Ghana, they'll be pasting dead bodies posters on the wall, advertising dead bodies. Let me say it in that way. Liberia, they don't do that. Liberia, they don't do that. They don't advertise dead bodies as we do here in Ghana. And that will take us to the tomb. How do you call it? The one that when you bury someone, you build it on the tomb. Yeah. For theirs, they build it like a house. It's like a house.
Small hut.
A small hut. I was surprised. I was like, what kind of house is this? And I saw they were like, it's a tomb. They build it so big. They build the tomb so big. And I was kind of surprised seeing that for the first time. And also there are lots of water bodies here in Liberia. Like on our way coming and even coming out of the country, there are lots of water bodies here. But do you know what? I'm adding this to my culture shock. The water bodies are clean as compared to Ghana. So I know West Africa, they do a lot of galamsey. When I say galamsey, illegal mining. So I asked why don't they do mining here? They say they do, but it's like far away, or maybe it's like the legal way of mining or something like that. But you know, don't get me. Their water bodies are clean. For Ghana, we've spoiled most of our water bodies. So I was kind of like amazing, like from the countryside to the city, like they are clean. When I say they are clean, when you see ours is like deep. How do you, like this? Yeah, dirty that you can't do anything. But theirs was kind of clean. I was amazed seeing that, and I loved it so much. And that would take us to the language. Do you know that Liberia, they speak English? They speak English throughout, and they are kind of losing their own local language. And the reason why I'm adding this to my culture shock also is that their English, they have two types of English. Although it's English, but they have two types. They call one colloquial, and they have the normal English. But you know, the person has been speaking the colloquial for a long time, so their accents are kind of different. So they will be speaking English to you. For their English, do you know what you have to do? You have to open your ears. You just close your eye a little bit. Then you have to meditate on what the person said before you understand. You're forcing my baby. You're playing for my baby. You're laughing at my baby. Nothing you will do that will move me. But the truth that in the power, I will tell you. The day you did the war, any lie you make on the air, God will hold you. Yeah, it already. Or even sometimes you can do that and you will never get it. So you just ask the person to repeat. You say what? You say what? Because their English is different. Yeah, their English is different. And when you meet someone who will not get time to slower his English for you, the pace of the person talking, you never get it. they will just go like that. So for their colloquial, it's kind of everywhere. That's what they use, and they are losing their local language. It's either colloquial or someone who can just come down for you to understand, or else you have to open your ears, you close your eyes a little bit, then you meditate on the word for you to understand the kind of English or the kind of whatever that the person is telling you. Let's get to their food. So the first shock I had was when we arrived in Monrovia, because throughout our journey to Liberia, we were going to like a resort. So, but when you get to Monrovia, that you want to do the streets, this thing, like want to experience the local life. I'm here with we was in Liberia with my friends, and we are on this trip together, like two of my friends, including me. So the first shock was like we saw someone selling food, and the person was putting the food in a polythene bag, the black one. Yes, this one. I was surprised. Ghana, we put the food in a plain rubber before you put it in a polythene bag. And if the person is not putting it in a polythene bag, the person is putting it in the, oh shit, I forgot the name. This silver plastic paper. Yeah, that one.
This what type of rice? Fried rice.
The person be putting it in. I didn't see any takeaway bowls. So I was kind of funny. How do you have to put a food in a polythene bag, a hot food in a polythene bag? And their food you can just select. I saw so many, like you can just select, you can just pinpoint, or you can just take it yourself. The size, the type of meat you like, you get it. It's crazy. And also another food shock, I saw them eating raw cassava with coconut. Coconut, not the drink, but the coconut food. We're eating raw cassava. That is it.
Coconut and cassava.
And I tried it. It's nice, but it's not something that like I'll get used to it. I love to try different things, but it's not something that I'll get used to it. I can eat raw cassava. They don't know what to do with the cassava, or sometimes they cook the cassava and they'll be selling the cassava on the streets like that. What we call in Ghana banchi and pc. Hi. For cassava, we do a lot with cassava in Ghana. We do. And the one I got shocked most is that when entering Liberia, there were lots of checkpoints at the immigration main office. There were lots of offices I have to enter to pay money. If you've watched my previous video, you know what I'm talking about. But I got shocked when exiting Liberia, Charlie. They didn't take a damn. We didn't pay a damn to exit Liberia as you would do when exiting Togo or exiting Ivory Coast or exiting Nigeria, what I've experienced. But exiting Liberia, we didn't pay a damn. And guys, they will say something for the officer. You get it? Something for the officer. If you don't pay, it's not by force. Yeah. So let me ask this last one. And an officer will just process something for you, and the person will say something for the officer. For exiting, it wasn't by force. Something for the officer, I wasn't. When exiting Liberia, no, they didn't even ask something for the officer. No. Liberia exiting, they didn't even ask us anything, something for the officer. But when entering, they will say something for the officer, and that something for the officer is by force. You have to pay. Yeah, and these are many more that I observed. And also in Liberia, in Liberia and even in Monrovia, they don't have a lot of filling stations like gas fuel station. No, they don't have a lot. But they have the local way. They'll be putting the fuel in a bowl at one corner, and then you come to buy. The filling stations where just fuel, you can even count them. But for the local one, they'll just put the fuel in a bowl, then you come purchase it. That one is everywhere in the country, or even in Monrovia, it was everywhere. Monrovia needs to come up. It needs to come up in, especially their buildings. If you see most of their buildings that you will see like kind of the old ones that maybe the whites came to build, But for new tall buildings, I'm talking of tall. For the new tall buildings are kind of few. Yeah, they are kind of few. So anyway, these are my culture shocks in Liberia as a Ghanaian visiting Liberia for the first time. For anything you can, if you want to add anything up, any question, you can leave it in the comment section below. But please don't forget to subscribe. If you are new here, kindly join my channel membership to enjoy more videos from Liberia and also from Sierra Leone, because I'm doing these two countries together. I love you all and thank you for watching. Until meet again in my next video, is a girl EfyaKimora. I love you and bye bye.